green shirt. Unfortunately, he's rolling the dice on the navy coat.
That's unbelievable. How do you lose that shirt, Sean? What are you doing?
Well, we'll see how it goes with the blue one. The tip controlled by Boston College, averaging a double-double, leading rebounder in the ACC this year. And a pull-up nicely done by T.J. Gibbs, the senior, trying to make sure that tonight is not his last game for Notre Dame. College a bit short-handed here. Nick Popovich, their senior forward, as Pfluger buries a three. Didn't even make the trip.
When you don't turn it over, generally you get a good shot.
So Jared Hamilton's on the court for BC after not playing in the last 3 games, and a nice play. Saw a long time on the sidelines for Hamilton. Hasn't played since February 22nd against Clemson.
Teams, you're going to be able to get it to Mooney, or you're going to be able to get a good-looking shot. Let's see if the ball swings. There it is.
Nate Laszewski, the three. He's in off the Irish bench. These two are about as regular and down to earth. You could imagine them being your next door neighbor. Long three at the shot clock buzzer by Jay Heath, the freshman from Washington, D.C. Heath called for the foul, his first.
This is pretty good right here. This is, you know, a little desperation, but what he did was he squared himself away, Heath. All right, you've got a 2-3 zone here, kind of a matchup, and that's exactly where you go, behind it.
And Juwan Durham, Pfluger, a do-it-all guy throughout his career for Notre Dame. And Laszewski, the basket. Mooney, nicely fed by T.J. Gibbs. 4 points for John Mooney. Nice pass. Gibbs to Goodwin for 2, and a timeout called by Jim Christian in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. Goodwin from the free throw line, but that's a tough matchup for the Cuse. North Carolina has defeated them 9 times in a row. Luka Kraljevic just into the game, and Juwan Durham blocks a shot.
But please play harder on the defensive end when we're missing shots.
Yeah, what he's talking about, they're 2 for 17, 3 for 18, and they only have 1 offensive rebound.
That was a good-looking shot by Kamari Williams, who had been off to a tough start. And the dunk by Durham.
That's just too easy. Just comes up. It's a simple slip. Help is late because you got to stay with Gibbs a little bit. But, man, this is just too easy. And a really nice read by Durham to go get a layup.
Notre Dame leads the country in assist to turnover ratio. They don't turn it over. They're unselfish with the ball. Nate Laszewski rattles home another 3. Well, the numbers amplify the point you were making, gentlemen. 7 turnovers, 3 made field goals, now 4 for the Eagles. They are 4 for 25.
That's the first time they had somebody in the middle of the zone that looked comfortable.
Nate Laszewski. Now Hubb starts down the lane, goes right around Steffon Mitchell.
Or you may have a chance if you can get cut 4 points in this last 2.5 minutes if you're Boston College. Well, he's good. He's good at it. You get a 3, obviously the better. Or
they can't play much worse, especially at the offensive end, than they had till these last couple of possessions.
Very well said.
It was. Finite space or vocabulary has picked up remarkably since we were together last year. Goodwin had some room and made it. For Notre Dame, Jay Heath bounced it into Steffon Mitchell, and he scores around Rex Pfluger. Vienna years ago, they had an outbreak of the measles. They played games with no fans, but obviously, there's very few things in the history of our country to rival what the whole world is experiencing right now. But I think it's the wise thing to do. I talked to Martin Jarmon today, the Boston College athletic director. Gibbs shot blocked by Mitchell and went out of bounds off Gibbs. Interesting to watch Sports Center tonight. Of course, the Golden State Warriors are going to play without fans at their home games, and there's another bucket by Darius Hamilton, who's single-handedly keeping them in the game. NBA will survive. Certainly the players, coaches, owners, they'll all get through this eventually when this gets solved and the world moves back to normal, but seems like we're a long way from that now. The older of the two, he's been around, played at Jacksonville State and Georgia Southern before coming to BC. Jared Hamilton out top for a three that got banked in by Jay Heath.
They've gone to switch everything, and it's kind of kept, like right there, they missed the switch, the two guards, and it cost them three.
Great point. TJ Gibbs, the three. By the way, leads Notre Dame now with 11 points. Corner three, up and in for Kamari Williams. Largest was 18. Boston College has never led in this game. Steffon Mitchell, nicely done. Points, 8 rebounds. Was on the 5-man all-defensive team this year in the ACC. The first player from BC to make that squad in their 13 years in the league. And John Mooney scores from in close. Only Mooney's taken more shots on their team. Mitchell 1-and-1 on Mooney, and Mooney one of those players with some foul concerns with 3. Gives them 13 points per game. Can he find something here down the stretch? Mitchell bumped, count it, and a foul on Leshesky.
Goodwin's been making everything. Next thing you know, he didn't get it inside the rim.
Playing without John Mooney on the bench. He has 3 fouls. Nice floater by Jared Hamilton. Huge shot, no good by Jared Hamilton, and now a run out for Pfluger, who lays it in. What a big turn of events. Banged it early in the year. Didn't play in the last 3 games. He's been their most important player tonight. Bank shot for TJ Gibbs to give him 8 points.
Road as hard of places as you can. Look at here.
Steffon Mitchell powers his way to the bucket. They're back within 11.
You know, he just played right there. If you watch number 41 on defense, he's terrific. That was a terrific defensive sequence by Mitchell.
Entirety of the situation, and he'll come to a decision. I will say this, Martin Jarmon said, I think Jim Christian is a great human being and represents everything that Boston College stands for and will continue to keep. They obviously made a change in football at the end of this past season, relieving Steve Adazio. Hubb wide open. That's a 3 for Prentiss Hubb.
And then he found the next Goodwin, who found Hubb sprinting in for a 3.
Nice drive by Heath. He's not just a 3-point shooter. He has 12. Snatched by Gibbs. And Steffon Mitchell is still down behind the play as Goodwin goes all the way to the bucket and scores. That's 45 years in a league that's had some pretty good players.
That league just has some of the all-time great players.
3, Prentiss Hubb. They're dangerous if they can find a way to sneak into the NCAA tournament. They certainly would have more work to do there. There's Mooney. He's 2 points away now from that 26 double-double. He's at the top of a lot of lists at Notre Dame, near the top, you know, among the all-time leaders in rebounds and points. Spinning to the bucket, C.J. Felder.
Remember, 2002, Kent goes to the Elite 8, loses to Indiana. Indiana hit 15 threes, and Antonio Gates was on that team, and Heath coached them that year. But Jim is a fantastic basketball coach and a better guy.
Martin Jarmon told me today that is absolutely not true.
Well, I would like to see if you think all that Martin Jarmon thinks is your pass first point guard keeps drilling shots.
Give him a fair fight.
Agreed.
But they may very well try to make it a fairer fight for the next guy. I'm sure Mike Bray is saying to Jim Christian, if that's it,